Today, I just bought over $12,000 worth of stocks. Most of these you guys will know of, but there's one that I believe has been flying under the radar and is far too undervalued, so let's dive in. With the fear and greed index sitting somewhere between neutral and fear over the past few months, I think now is the perfect time to go ahead and be buying into some of these dips, just because most of the time, whenever other people are fearful, it's honestly a really good buying time. As Warren Buffett famously stated, be greedy when others are fearful and be fearful when others are greedy. First up, I invested heavily into this big tech trio. Most of these guys were on a dip when looking at this purchase. With the new presidency and their overall dominance, I feel like buying the dip is the right play on this one. I could have got in a tad bit too soon, but these positions I plan to hold for years, so I'm not much concerned. Over a 10-year period, you can look at these companies as they continue to compound and beat the S&P 500. I don't really feel like these fellas need too much explaining, but if you were reluctant to buy because you feel like the stock price is too high, I would say look back at these companies. There was really no bad time to buy any of these three companies over the past 5 years, and I believe these companies still have plenty of room to grow. Our next purchase being only one share, but a very pricey share at that, is Netflix. Netflix is becoming a beast. Over the past few years, Netflix has innovated more than I think any of us could have ever imagined. It went from only having movies to now offering live events, games, and much more, along with dozens of Netflix original bangers that people love to binge. Beyond that, Netflix has built such a moat that prevents cable companies and other companies from being able to copy what they have. The more that they add, the more that everybody wants to be on their program, and it's going to be hard for any competitor to even compete going forward. All that, and I haven't even went over their financials yet. Netflix has continued to increase their free cash flow over the past 5 years, along with their gross revenue, earnings per share, and gross profit, without substantially increasing their operating expenses, which allows for them just to be even more of a compounding machine. And in case you need a final reason to pull the trigger, Netflix is releasing Stranger Things' fifth and final season, which I think is going to be huge for them. Unless you've been living under a rock for the past, I don't even know, 10 years now, Stranger Things has been absolutely killing it for Netflix, and I don't see that changing, especially after them stating this will be the final season. I think this will bring in a substantial amount of profit for them. Next up is the stock that I believe has been flying under the radar. The ticker is ASML. ASML is a company that specializes in creating photolithography machines that is used in the production of computer chips. ASML is trading relatively low over the past few months and is a critical component of the AI supply chain, along with being a monopoly for what it does. NVIDIA is now upgrading its chips every year instead of every two, needing smaller, more advanced node chips with higher power. To make these, chip makers like TSMC need expensive, high NA EUV machines from ASML costing over $300 million each. TSMC and others like Samsung and Intel must keep investing in this new technology to meet demand and stay competitive. Nvidia faces supply issues as TSMC struggles to keep up, and companies like Google and Amazon also need better chips for AI. That being said, if you're betting on AI at all, it would be ridiculous not to buy, as it's fully embedded in the process of helping supply tech that's needed for the AI to continue growing and developing. I think this is a big opportunity coming in because it hasn't really blown up like a lot of that other AI stocks have. It's kind of stayed a little bit flat in comparison. I think this right here has a lot of room to grow once people realize how much it's truly needed and embedded already into the AI systems. And last but not least is Texas Roadhouse. What I'm liking about Texas Roadhouse is its high free cash flow along with its revenue growth still being up year over year. They've also announced to acquire 13 restaurants from one of its largest domestic franchises, with the transaction expected to close in early 2025. On the international front, the company franchise partners plan to open up 7 new Texas Roadhouse locations next year. The only negative with Texas Roadhouse is being up relatively big last year, which does lead me to believe it has a lower potential return than some of the other companies on this list, which is why I didn't open that big of a position in it, but I still love it as a food chain going into this year. And that is it. Let me know what stocks you guys are buying down in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.